Hi, and welcome to another video by Jimthecarguy. Today we have a 2013, it's a Mini Cooper. The problem we have is that the customer was driving the vehicle the other night and the check engine light lit up while they were driving, and they felt the shake in the engine when they accelerated. Today they bring the car in, we're going to scan it, we're going to see what's going on, and hopefully we're going to be able to duplicate the problem. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take it for a test drive to see what it feels like, and I'm not going to bring you along because it's raining like crazy out there today. Let me show you. It's pretty lousy out there today. So I'm going to take this for a test drive. We'll see what it feels like, and then we'll come right back. So get a cup of coffee and be right back. Okay, took the car for a drive. Check engine light is not on, and that shake is not there any longer. So let's grab our scan tool, let's put it on there, and let's see what shows up. All right, connect up our scan tool. Okay, we have a misfire in cylinder number 4. Exactly what it says. Sorry about it being so noisy out there. It's raining like crazy and a lot of truck traffic. It's actually not misfiring right now. The check engine light is not on. So we're going to go back. We're going to go into the data stream, and we're going to see what we can see on the data stream. We're going to go to the misfire counter so we can actually watch to see if there's any misfire taking place on that cylinder. We're just going to select the cylinders now to watch the misfires on all of the 4 cylinders. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but it's actually showing no misfires on any of the cylinders right now. So I'm going to power brake it to see if we can get it to duplicate that problem. Boy, I'm not used to these small cars. Sometimes if you power brake the car, you can actually get it to start misfiring. In this case, it's not misfiring. It's going to be a little difficult to pinpoint where the problem is now because it's not happening at this time. So, all right, let's go underneath the hood. Let's take a look at the coils up front to make sure there's no issues, and then we're going to continue from there. Now, I just want to point this out to you. This car has extremely low mileage on it. It's only got about 37,000, 38,000 miles on here. They did talk to the dealer about this the other day, and the dealer told them that it was not covered by warranty any longer, that the warranty was over. So, all right, let's take a look underneath the hood, and we're going to figure out what's going on. I'm going to leave the car running, just so you know. So come on up front, let's take a look at those coils. Okay, your ignition coils are actually down here underneath this cover, so we're going to need to take out this Torx bit and this one here, and then we pop these little clips right here up, like that. There should be 4 of them there. We're going to pop that up and we're going to take that cover off. So, all right, let's continue. Okay, first thing we're going to do now is we'll take out those 2 Torx in the back here. These valve covers on these cars are made of plastic, so you want to really be careful when you put these back in that you don't damage it. Okay, you know what you do? The cover will not come off. It's still down in here. You have to get in here with a little screwdriver and you pry on those tabs and just pop it up. Keep slight pressure on the cover. Keep pulling it up, and the tabs will allow you to get the cover off. Now, the problem is not happening Okay, well, the problem is not there at this time, which makes it a little bit difficult to pinpoint what it is. I have a feeling it's going to be a bad ignition coil. So let me just call the customer, run it by her. We have two choices here what we can do. One, we can change the coil, or two, we can rotate the coil on number 4 cylinder to a different location, whether it's 1, 2, or 3, and then let the customer take the car and drive it. If the misfire travels from cylinder number 4 to whatever cylinder you put it in, we'll say 3 for instance. If you rotate that coil to number 3, and now that misfire travels and it comes back tomorrow or the next day with a misfire in the number 3 cylinder, then we know absolutely positively that the coil is no good. But let me call up and get a price on the coil, and then I'm going to call the customer. I'm going to tell the customer what's going on, and we'll see what they want to do. So come on, you're going to come along. We're going to make a phone call together. Okay, just wanted to point this out to you. I always check to see what's on the what's TSB's technical service bulletins regarding any car, and this is what I came up with on this particular one. The check engine light is on, misfire code is stored, intermittent performance or rough running without any relevant failure stored. Most likely cause the ignition coil has failed, which in many yeah, all right, so basically what it's saying is that there's a problem with the ignition coil. High temperature, that's not the case high temperature because it was only actually like 55 or 60 yesterday. Determine the method of it. Okay, it says basically what it's saying is that the coils break down and deteriorate, leading to a failure or an intermittent failure. Okay, all right, let me make a phone call to the customer and we'll see what they want to do. Let's give her a call and see what she wants to do. Hi, it's Jim from the repair shop. How you doing? Good, good. You have time to talk? Or? Okay, I drove the car. I couldn't get it to happen to me. And as you know, the check engine light did turn off. But I put the computer on it to find out what the problem was, and there was actually 4 different codes in there, and they were all related to the same thing. There was a misfire detected in cylinder number 4, but it's not happening right now. I got a suspicion what it's going to be. I did look on my computer, and there's actually what they call a technical service bulletin regarding this car, and the service bulletin says, I'm going to read it to you exactly, intermittent performance or rough idle without any relevant failure codes stored, which is what yours is coming in. So the most likely cause of is an ignition coil failure, which sometimes can be difficult to confirm because it is intermittent. So it's up to you whether you want me to replace the coil or if you want me to rotate the coil with a different cylinder. Most of the time with something like this, it is the coil, especially when you only have like 37,000 miles on it. If it was my car, I would replace the coil instead of rotating it. So, absolutely. See, the thing to keep in mind also is that there is a problem with these coils. There's 4 of them on this particular car. So, I'm going to replace the coil for number 4 cylinder. But if the problem returns, then it may, at that point, you may think about changing all 4 or the 3 remaining coils at that point. But I'll give you an idea of what it would cost. I already ordered the coil. It's on the way up to me already. So as soon as I get it here in my hands, then I'll put the new coil in the car, and I'll get it wrapped up, and it'll be out today. All right? Mm-hmm. Oh, sure, yeah, no problem. Yep, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, whatever works for you works for me. All right. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, very good. I'll touch base with you as soon as I get it finished up then. Okay, thank you. Bye now. Okay, it's a wise choice by the owner to go ahead and replace the coil, but as you heard, I did tell her this is going to be an ongoing problem, and it's probably a good idea at this point to change all 4 of them. which I would have did today, but they only have one of them in stock and we can't get the other 3 until tomorrow anyway. So, all right, let's get out there. We're going to change that coil and then we're going to take this car for a test drive and hopefully everything is well. So, let's take a walk out there. Okay, so this is the coil here that we're going to be replacing. The way we're going to do that is this piece up here just lifts up. Whoop. Okay, the way it works is you lift this piece up right here, just like that, and you unplug your plug from the coil. Now we know number 4 coil is over here because it always starts number 1, 2, 3, and 4. The front of the engine by the fan belts is considered number 1 cylinder. All right, and this one is number 4. So these coils come out a little bit differently than the standard coil does. These just push. Sorry about that. There's a truck passing by. These just push right in. There's no screws holding them down. So you need to get underneath here with a small little pry bar or a screwdriver or whatever you have, just to pop up the coil out of the valve cover. Now you want to be careful that you don't break it. Now once you push it up and it just starts to come out, you just pull it out just like that. Alright, so that is the ignition coil. So we're just waiting for the replacement to get here now, and then we'll put the new coil back in and we'll get this car out the door. So, alright, we wait for the new coil. Okay, here's our replacement. And it just pushes right down. And you'll feel, make sure that this little tab right here lines up with the tab in the valve cover right here as well. It just pushes down inside, and you push it until you feel it snap in. Push your wire back on, lock it down, and that's it, you're all set. Let's just start this up. Alright, as you can see, no misfires. Now we'll put our cover back on. The way the cover goes back on is it just lines up on the top. These little tabs here, they just have to push in. Now we'll put those 2 screws in. Now remember, you're screwing into plastic. All right, let's go in the car, let's check our scanner and see what's happening. Well, as you can see, there's no misfires. Everything looks good. All right, so we're going to keep this on the vehicle. We're going to take it for a test drive, and we're going to make sure it's okay. All right. As you can see, it's a pretty crappy day out here. We got a lot of flooding, so. All right, well, everything seems to be okay. No check engine lights, everything looks good. No hesitation, no spitting, no sputtering. And the best thing is, there is no codes that are coming up on the computer and no misfires whatsoever. So, all right, let's take this for a little bit of a spin, and we're going to scan it one more time. We get back to the shop just to make sure there's no codes, and that's it. We're all set. Man, it's a shitty day out. I mean, a really bad day out there today. I guess I shouldn't have used that word, right? Okay. All right. Now, before we do anything, we're going to just scan this real quick to make sure there's no other codes in here. That's always a good thing. No codes. All right. So that's pretty much it. Okay, that's it. All right, then being that the TSB is in the computer saying about all these failures with the ignition coils, I'm pretty confident this vehicle is going to be back within a short period of time to have the other 3 coils replaced, which, as you remember, I mentioned to her, so we will deal with it as it happens or if it happens. All right, so any questions or comments or anybody like to talk to me about anything, send me an email. I'll be more than happy to talk to anybody about anything. As always, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.